Hey guys, sorry once again I can't be there today, but since you know why. But you could really have two new kind of problems today. I'm going to show you one of each so you'll have something to look at as you go through this assignment. The first one is really what we did last week. We're going to add domain and range to it. So I picked one that was a doozy. I picked number 54, which is an even problem in your assignment. And it's already factored out, so I'm going to try to make this pretty quick. We'll start the same way. Let's go vertical asymptotes. Remember vertical, whatever makes the bottom 0. X equals 1, X equals 4. Horizontal. This time I have two x's on the bottom, two x's on the top. Degrees are the same, leading over leading. If I did do FOIL on the bottom, I would have 1x squared. On the top, I would have 2x squared, so y equals 2. My x-intercept, still do these. X-intercept, whatever makes the top 0, there are two things, 0 and negative 2. So I'm going 0 here, negative 2 there. Y-intercept, if you cover up the x's now, first of all, on the top, if I put 0 in up here, right there, the whole top's going to be 0, which means the whole fraction is going to be 0. Also, remember, anytime the x-intercept 0, that's for the y-intercept 0 also. And so now I'm ready to graph. I'm going to go x equals 1. I missed that one. Just a second, put it at 0. Oh, that was an x-intercept. Sorry about that. X equals 1 goes right through here. X equals 4, right through there. I'm going to be honest with you. I see a horizontal is y equals 2. And because of the 2 points I have, I know that that one part of that's going to do this. It's going to pass through here. It's going to do something weird right through there. And I don't have my calculator with me. I'm just going to guess here and assume that it is something like this. And then I'm not worried about the graph so much. You can punch that on your calculator. I'm worried about domain and range today. Okay, domain is how far left and right your graph goes. So it goes, watch how I write this. It goes left forever until it gets to the first vertical asymptote, which is at positive 1. It doesn't touch positive 1, so I do in parentheses. Then it jumps and goes from 1 to the next asymptote, which is at 4. This is that section right in there. Again, parentheses. Then it goes from 4 to forever. So that's how I have to write the domain, all those pieces. So that's one new part. Now the range, how far up and down it goes. It goes down forever. Now, here's the deal I don't know. Because that middle section, if that middle section right there is how I drew it, then the range is going to be like this. If the middle section, because again, I don't have my calculator. If the middle section is doing this, then it's not going to be all reals. It's going to be, or may come down close to this asymptote. It may be something like negative infinity up to 2, and then 2, it jumps to horizontal. Usually your domain is going to have the same numbers as your vertical, and your range usually is going to have the same numbers as your horizontal. Not every time, because that situation, I can't see the graph, but almost all the time. Okay, that's the first new thing. Second new thing is something called a slant asymptote. You will have a slant asymptote when their top degree is 1 bigger than your bottom degree. All right, I still have a vertical. The vertical is whatever makes the bottom 0. The vertical is x equals 2. Okay, so I still have the vertical. It's still going right through here. If I cover up the x's, it's going to have a y-intercept of negative 2. It's going to cross y-axis there. I don't think it's going to have an x-intercept based on what I'm seeing. Well, it may, but I'm not sure. So, again, it doesn't have a horizontal because the top degree is bigger. But if the top degree is bigger by 1, it does have a slant. Here's how we're going to find it. We're actually going to do synthetic division. I'm going to put 2 in the box. I'm going 1. This is going to be weird now. Watch what I do. Going 1, negative 2, 4. I'm bringing down the 1. Multiply. Boom. I don't care about the rest. Don't care about the remainder at all. Not at all. Whatever you have right here, that's the equation of your slant asymptote. Y equals 1x plus 0, or just y equals x. Okay, now, it's because it's 1 bigger, you're always going to get like y equals something like that. You may have x plus 2, x plus 1, whatever. It's going to be that form, which is slope-intercept form. So I'm going to graph that line, y equals x. It goes to 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all those points because y equals x. Okay, or you can do y-intercept is 0, slope is 1. You can graph it that way. Then your graph is going to do something like this. It's going to cross that intercept. It's going to look like this. And again, we're just going to punch the graph on the calculator. It's going to look weird like this because it has a slant asymptote. Okay, now on Friday, you have to tell me what your asymptotes are. Just like on the last slide, you have to tell me domain and range. Now, I will say this. When we're doing slant asymptote, we're not going to do domain and range with those. Okay, we're only going to do domain and range with what we did last week. And the new thing today is doing that and also adding slant asymptotes when the numerator is 1 bigger. Gosh, that was longer than I hoped it would be. Anyway, hope it helps. Do your best. I will see you tomorrow. I promise. See you. Bye.